If you've been following it along, we've had fairly large classes over the past years, and this one features 7 great young ladies. The size of this one was in large part determined by having 9 seniors that are graduating this year, 3 of which are pitchers. And our recruiting coordinator, Coach Laura Trout, I think did a great job of focusing our recruiting efforts on finding the top talent in state. And of our 7 signees, 5 are from right here in the state of Illinois. So we're really excited about that. Taylor Murray is someone that we had our eye on for a while. She's from Freeport, Illinois. Something that really stood out to us about Taylor is that she got really hard in the weight room and physically strong, and picked up a couple of miles per hour, which, as you all know, is super important. She's a drop ball kid that has a screwball and a curveball that can help, keep batters off balance. So we're happy that Taylor has decided to join us. We also have Morgan Sibley, who's out of Kankakee. She's a drop ball pitcher as well. She's more of a junk ball type. She's really good in the circle as far as fielding her position, and has a lot of kind of a leadership qualities there. So we think those two will help us in the circle, and you guys all know, you have to be strong in the circle. So outfield-wise, we're losing 2 Big Ten talented kids in Carly Thomas and Kiana Sherland. So we're bringing in Kelly Riono. She's out of California. She's from a top organization there, the Firecrackers Brashear. She's also a teammate of Miranda Gallardo, who's a infielder that we're bringing in as well. So we're excited to have those 2. Gabby Robles is another outfielder that we're bringing in that has a great glove, lefty-type kid, speed kid, that'll fit into our offensive strategy well. She's teammates with Delaney Rummel, who I'll speak about later, and Taylor Murray that I talked about before. They're from the Chill organization out of the Chicago area, a very strong travel organization. Infield-wise, Delaney Rummel I mentioned, in-state talent, utility player, plays all positions at a high level except for pitcher, and I'm sure if we asked her to pitch, she would try to do that as well. Just talented kid, leadoff batter type, can change the game in one swing with her pop. We also have Jay Vick, who is out of Kankakee as well, Jalen Vickery. She's a combination of speed and power that every coach likes, every coach loves. She is a track athlete as well, could probably play football as a running back. She's that type of quick, that type of power. Possibly corner, possibly outfield for us. Also a leadoff type batter for her travel organization, which is the Iowa Premier. Freshman pitcher this year, Sydney Sickles, is a Iowa Premier travel ball talent as well. So we're happy to have Jalen Vick join her. So we have a great group. All 7, are going to bring, different aspects of talent to our program, our growing program. Again, attracting, the 5 top in-state kids is very important to us because we definitely think that it's important that we win our state.
Hi, Tyra. What have you learned in the first, this is season number 4, right? You're in. What have you learned or discovered about recruiting the state of Illinois and just softball in this state?
It's very interesting. We were, my staff, we were talking a lot about this, and that we were just tired of seeing top talent go elsewhere. We would go play other teams in the Big Ten and top ranked teams in the sport, and their pitcher, their shortstop, would be from our backyard. So a lot of that is because of multiple reasons. Players go different places for different reasons. But we made a strong effort, and again, Coach Laura Trout, my assistant, really came up with a great plan just to get out a lot into the, talk to the travel coaches, talk to the high school coaches, see what they want, see why, these kids were going elsewhere, see what we could do, to turn them our way, and I feel like it's working.
And then on the flip side, it seems like every year there's at least a few that are coming from Southern California. Is there a special connection you have, and how do you convince them to leave Southern California for a cold weather program?
Well, California, Florida, there's a lot of softball play there, obviously, because of, like you mentioned, the weather. So there's so many kids there. I've fostered some relationships with some of those coaches in that region as well. So, we really rely on our education piece, how strong of an education Illinois can provide, mixed with the top-level softball of the Big Ten. And, a lot of people want to play here.
Coach, it sounds like a lot of these girls can do a lot of different things. How important was having these utility roles filling this class?
It was very important, again, because we're graduating 9 and we're signing 7, so we're actually going down a little bit in roster size. And so, we definitely had to have players that can fill in wherever we needed them. But you don't want to have the jack of all trades and master of none at the same point. So, we focused on, hey, this would be this particular player's primary strength, but their secondary strength had to have a certain level of talent and precision as well. Miranda Gallardo, she's someone that we look to play middle infield, but she's also played outfield at the highest level, with the PGF Nationals and done well there too. And I could name many names like Miranda, but I do feel like if we're gonna compete the way that we need to compete, and injuries, Dan mentioned injuries and things of that nature, you have to have players that can do multiple things.
Large freshman group coming in this year, knowing that you're going to be losing some key players. How do you kind of see this year's class and the one coming in now kind of gelling for you in the future?
Oh, I think it's going to be really, really great from the standpoint of our freshmen now. The 2018 class, they're already starting to settle in. We anticipate using that class quite a bit, and then the 2019 class has some similarities to our other class, our freshmen. So we anticipate that it'll be a smooth transition.
Got a couple top 100 players, couple top 200. I guess, how does that stack up with some classes you've had here previously, and how much of a predictor of that is that for these players?
Those rankings are interesting to us as well, from the standpoint of a lot of them are fairly new on the scene as softball has started to emerge as a top sport that people are really becoming more interested in and starting to watch. So with that comes the ranking, groups and things of that nature. So to project out from the past would be fairly difficult in that most of these rankings are newer. But I do feel like we're on the radar. That it's exciting when you have kids that are ranked and well respected. When we're out recruiting, we do get a lot of commentary on just the kids that we're identifying, the kids that we're after, and the kids that we're signing.
Have you been able to relay the success of making the tournament and kind of bringing this program back to the recruits?
Oh, absolutely. Everybody wants to win, and you want kids that want to win, student athletes that want to win in your program. So I think that's been very helpful. Our administration's been great. Josh has been very active in helping us, put our best foot forward with recruits. Our new administrator, Sarah Burton's been helpful. I previously had Maria Woods, and she's been, extremely helpful in just setting an atmosphere and just giving us a chance to put our best foot forward with recruits and letting them know what Illinois softball is all about.
Tyra, if I could, I wanted to ask you about the season schedule that just got released. Seems like you're going through the gauntlet a little bit, both the non-conference and then the way the Big Ten has shaken out. Is it the toughest schedule you've had?
It's pretty tough. I feel like when I first got here, too, that schedule was fairly tough as well, my first year here. But 9 seniors, 9 seniors, 9 seniors, 3 senior pitchers, 3 senior pitchers, 3 senior pitchers. So, when you kind of have evolved and gotten a chance to have experience in your program, I think you have to test it out. So, that schedule was kind of birthed, from that. I really trust the leadership on this team, and Annie Fleming and Veronica Rulius and Carly Thomas, Kiana Sherlin I mentioned earlier. Taylor Edwards is a senior this year on the mound, Emily Ostrike. So, those kids, I believe, can get it done. They want to get it done. They've been working to get it done. So, and we also want to, NCAA tournament, Big Ten championships, all those things are our goals. And if you want to be the best, then you have to beat the best.
And what has been your impression and assessment of coming out of fall ball?
Oh, it's been interesting too, with the dynamic of such a senior group mixed in with 8 freshmen, and then there's a pretty strong middle there. We had 10 newcomers total, with Katie Wingirter and Maddie Adams transferring in, so that's a lot of new people, again mixed with the returners and the vets. So it's been interesting. Definitely a great energy from our entire group. They are focused and determined. They've been doing some things on their own as far as team bonding that, in my past experience, has always turned out well. Once the team becomes a family, they start playing for each other. They have the talent level and the skill. Then anything's possible from that point.